What up, man? This your big brother K-Rino. Turn the ceiling fan on. But y'all like, man, this dude got a ceiling fan. Because I got a ceiling fan. Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live back on my late night jive. I was looking at one of my favorite shows. I'll wait till y'all come in before I start just talking. Because I will talk to myself now. Make no mistake about it. I will talk to myself. Y'all can be here, but you don't necessarily have to be here because I will talk to myself. And I'll answer back. I've had better conversations with myself than I've had with actual other people. I'm not going to even ask y'all to hit the like button tonight. Not one time. I'm not going to even mention. This will be my only mention of the like button tonight will be just to let y'all know that I'm not going to even ask y'all to hit it. I'm through. I'm not asking y'all to hit the like button anymore. And I'm not asking y'all to subscribe to my podcast anymore. Not doing it. I see y'all coming in, man. This open topic tonight. So that means whatever y'all got on your mind, y'all let me know what it is and we'll go into it, man. We'll do the best we can. I was watching one of my favorite shows. I stopped watching it to come talk to my family. How many of y'all watched that show, I Almost Got Away With It? I Almost Got Away With It. It's about these criminals who commit different ranges of crime and they almost got away with it, but they usually don't. DNS, man, good to see you made it back. DNS, man, he came all the way down from Germany to hang out with his 2G brothers. And I hope you had a good time other than your luggage fiasco. So what we're going to do, Hunger Joe say, talking to oneself is pure wisdom. Yeah, man, look, man. Sometimes I'm the only person that understands me. So I'll say one thing to me, and then me will say something back to me. And you know the weirdest thing about talking to yourself? I'm going to tell you one of the weirdest things about having a conversation with yourself. Sometimes you and yourself don't always agree. Now, how crazy is that? Because you'll say something to yourself, and then yourself will go, nah, man, that's stupid. Why would you do that? At least that's how my conversations go. So glad to see y'all in here on this Friday night, man. I got off to a late start to jump in here. I had to go get me something to eat. I was playing ball today, hooping them boys up. Joseph Pearson says, I want to see you do a song with Immortal Technique. We already did a song. It's just not out yet. We did a song already. Yeah. I'm going backwards to try to see what y'all got. Open topic, man. So Joseph says he's growing pepper plants. That's cool. That's cool. Savage Mike. I keep forgetting you be under your different name. Savage Mike, man. What beats you did for me, Savage Mike? You did. I know you did Soul Merchants. You did. I Got Stripes. Hey, Savage Mike. Did you do that Grand Deception beat? Answer that question real quick, Mike. Because if you did, buddy, we got to give you a salute. Okay, now check this out. One of my most, well, I ain't gonna say one of my most viewed song ever in life. Long before I started doing YouTube and anything, when it was putting on YouTube, is my song Grand Deception, right? I think it probably have at least 3 million views, but YouTube started messing with the views and all that. So it hit like 1.8, then it stopped. It's stuck on 1.8. I think it's still on 1.8, but you steady seeing different people commenting on it every day. So I know they just stuck it at 1 point. They won't let it get to 2 million for nothing. That's been years. But I want y'all to know that one of the producers of the Grand Deception beat, if y'all see this name, Joseph Pearson, y'all looking at him in the chat right now, man, give my homeboy OG salute, man. Y'all got to give him an OG salute. Because that song is one of the most talked about songs. That's my most talked about song. Oh, man, that Grand Deception. I first heard you on Grand Deception. So, got to give my homie props, man, because it's been so long ago that I didn't think about it. I'm not thinking, I know you've been in the chat before and it didn't click. Now it's clicking, man. Yeah, man. Paragon. Shout out, man, to both the homies, bro, that did the work on the Grand Deception beat, man. Look, man, like I say, that's my most viewed song. That's my most talked about song. I don't have hit records and hit singles. That's like the closest thing I have to like an actual hit record. And they was messing with my views. Like I say, I know I'm over 3 million views organically, but they're not showing them. They're not showing it up. They got different uploads of that song. Some of them got hundreds of thousands of views. So combined, I know. But that one that got all those views that was uploaded by the homie Munoz, who put all of the visuals to it. Somebody check that, man, and see how many views that's on right now. If y'all can find it real quick. If y'all can find it. Shout out to the homie, man, Savage Mike, aka Joseph Pearson. You still in Memphis? Yeah, man. Do I put ads on my video? No, I kind of just let them go how they go. I know you can manually set up your ads and stuff, but I don't really do that. I think I did that one time. But I just let it go, have it go. So whatever you see pop up, it wasn't me. It's just how YouTube let it pop up if it went down like that. Yeah, man. Y'all show some love to my homie. I see Jimmy Robinson is in the building, Alabama up in this thing. Open topic tonight, so y'all tell me what's on y'all mind. And we'll see what it is, man. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people reposted it, and some of the reposts got tens and thousands or hundreds of thousands of views, man. The new comic book cover, Dollar Bill hit me up early today, so we getting ready to go to print. We getting ready to go to print. So won't be long, man. Y'all can order it now, though. We taking orders right now. If you want to order the comic book, the new cover re-release, you can go to that website I just put down. You can place that order right now. How many of y'all in here believe that I might be shadow banned? I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist in the world, and I'm not a reacher. I'm starting to think I could be wrong, man. If y'all think your big brother is shadow banned, let me know. Abel says, would you ever release a book of lyrics that covers all your albums? That's what didn't I do that? What you mean? I put out a book. Unless you mean it in a different way. I released a book called Behind These Bars, where I'm breaking down a lot of my songs and a lot of my bars. I couldn't do nothing that covers all my albums. That's impossible. Not in one publication. That's impossible. I see the homie Tragic is in the building, 11th Hour Entertainment, straight out of Canada. We going back. We'll be back in Canada real soon. Not this coming month, but next month. So I'll be back in Toronto, man. We probably won't do a meet and greet or nothing like that this time. So, but then at some point down the line, what was that we talked about that the other day? We talked about doing a show, B. Yeah, man. Steve Rio, appreciate that question. When I came to Canada, Steve Rio drove from, where'd you come from, Steve? Montreal? That's like driving from Houston to New Orleans. So Houston, New Orleans is like a 6-hour drive. They drove 6 hours to see the big brother K-Rino, man. Tree Guy says gatekeepers and algorithms ruin the spreading of K-Rino awakening / discovery. Man, I couldn't agree more. Something ain't right. What song did you want to blow outside of Grand Deception? The one I got too many of those to name. Deeper Elevation. I got too many of those to name, man. I got a lot of songs that I felt like were really good songs. Yeah. Do I do spicy food? Yeah. I love spicy food. Now I ain't trying to be crying and screaming for some milk and all that and can't function. I ain't trying to be that now. I don't need no ghost peppers and what do they call those heat units in food? The Schofield units. I think that's what they call it. I ain't trying to be in that condition, but I like spicy food. I cook with cayenne pepper all the time. Yeah. Something with a kick. Yeah, man. Grand Deception. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if I drop Grand Deception today, like if Grand Deception came out today, I don't think YouTube would even let me put it up. I don't think they would even let it go. Grabby Mobby says, lifting the veil, new comic book cover. Yeah, we got it. We re-releasing the comic book that you see me pointing to with this pen on my back wall. We re-releasing that, but with a different cover. What you see behind me is the original cover, but we're going to we have an alternate cover that we're getting ready to apply to it, that we're getting ready to release. Montreal, 6 hours. See, man. B says, yeah, we need to do a real concert. Yeah, we're gonna do a real concert in Toronto at some point, man. I'm coming back to put in some more work, but we probably won't do any meet and greet stuff this time around. I really appreciate y'all for the last time. El Malik Shabazz, YouTube definitely gets gutter when, like, the minister spoke on that Kyrie Irving situation. That joint hit 1.1 million in 5 days. And the brother that posted, Ahmad. Yeah, I'm familiar with Ahmad 777. I always check out his channel because he always posting clips of the minister. They deleted his whole channel? So I didn't know that. I'm not surprised, but I didn't know that. But yeah, you get, see, what happened was, when I'm not telling you nothing you don't know. I'm talking to the people that don't know. See, when they saw that Minister Farrakhan video got 1.1 million in less than a week, and they've been trying to ban, they not even trying to shadow ban the minister. They just ban it. Ain't no shadow to it. They make no secret about it. So 1.1 million in 5 days, they were like, oh no. Mm-mm. Who is this posting this? Deleted his channel for telling the truth, for sharing and posting the truth. Boy, that's the world we live in, man. Why is the truth hated so much? That's a rhetorical question because we all know the answer. Phantom Face Final, August the 18th. The biggest crime in history is K-Rino not. Well, you know, sometimes, man, to be honest with you, Phantom Face, sometimes when you know the reason why they don't like you, it's easier to accept. Matter of fact, you embrace it. It's like, yeah, I know why y'all don't like me, and that means I'm doing my job to some degree. I don't know how these mainstream rappers live with themselves when they listen to you all the time, yet they don't even mention your name. Well, I don't know who listens to me or not. I don't know who knows me or not, you know, but I do know that there are a lot of great artists that show me a lot of love, and they do it publicly. They do it on big platforms all the time, you know, and I really, you know, I respect those guys. I got nothing but love for them. But on the same token, to your point, bro, you would be surprised. I mean, Spiky, you would be surprised at how many big name, famous artists got money. You would be surprised how insecure a lot of them are. You wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, why is he insecure? Why are they so guarded and so like, they don't want to work with this guy. They don't want to mention that guy. They don't want this guy to see the light of day. You'll be surprised how insecure they are. Because they don't understand, dude, you already great. You're already walking in your greatness, and you don't have the market cornered on greatness. You're not the only person that God created to be great, and there are more coming. So you have to embrace the greatness of others and not be threatened by it because you got your own greatness. You're sitting there with a nice plate of food. You just, I got this, I got that. Then you look over there and what he got on his plate? He got a plate. But a lot of those guys are really, really insecure, man. But also, the one thing that I know that I'm so blessed that I learned at an early age, don't nobody owe me nothing. We make a big mistake to think that sometimes, man, they should put me on this. They should say my name. No, don't nobody owe you nothing. They don't owe me nothing. I owe me something. Anything lacking in my mind as it relates to me is something that I have to figure out how to correct. How was 17 Celsius? It was cold. It was so cold, man. Ooh, it was cold out there. It was so cold that the homie Ben and the people who live out there, they was like, hey man, it ain't never cold like this. They wasn't used to that kind of cold. So I knew it was a different kind of cold, man. Globby Mob, no, I'm not a weed person. I don't smoke it, I don't endorse it, I don't sell it, I'm not a weed person. I'm not a cannabis connoisseur. Let me catch up, y'all. Open topic tonight, man. So whatever you got, get it in. Whatever you got, get it in. Brent says, just hard times to tell the truth when nobody wants to listen, at least around these. Yeah, well, the thing about when you standing on truth and those kind of principles, man, it's always going to be more unpopular than it is popular. People are going to always lean towards the negative. Well, I say always, but right now we're in a world where people lean towards the negative. People lean towards the drama. They lean towards what suits the appetite. We're more focused on satisfying the appetite than we are with nourishing the mind. So that's just the world we live in, man. Michelle says, I thought Spencer would be on the podcast. Well, Spencer. No, not tonight. Not tonight. Spencer will make more appearances. I'm gonna make sure y'all see a lot of Spencer. That's what I'm gonna do. I started to put him on blast yesterday. Yeah. Steve, Max passed away, Steve. That's why Spencer's here. Max passed away about a year ago. I think Max passed in August of last year. August or September, I can't remember. So now Spencer is the new sheriff in town. Open topic, man. What's on your mind? Anna Monarchy says, build off of each other's greatness as a mutually beneficial relationship, also known as symbiosis. Yeah, I mean, we can learn so much from each other, but I can't learn from you if my mind is distorted and clouded with envy and jealousy of you. I'm so envious of you. I hate you so much. I hate your greatness so much that I can't even focus on how to get to my own, and I can't even study you because I'm too busy hating the fact that you're great. That's crazy. That's weird, man. Man, it's so hot in Texas. It's so hot, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so hot out here, I want to change the subject. Any word on what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said lately? Well, the minister, he just did the janazah, the funeral service for Brother Jabril Muhammad, who was the brother who was very instrumental in the minister rebuilding the nation back in the late 70s. And Brother Jabril just passed. But it ain't hard to find no words on the minister. You just go on YouTube. The minister all over. You go on social media. As much as they try to ban him, he's still everywhere because his followers are going to make sure you hear him. And the beautiful thing about the minister's words are that the beautiful thing is that it doesn't matter if you see a clip of him in the 80s. Doesn't matter if you see a clip of him in 1995. Doesn't matter if you see a clip from something he said last week. It's all still relevant. It's all still useful. And it's all still on time. Because he's always been ahead of his time, yet on time. How are you ahead of your time, yet you still on time? That's Farrakhan. Return of the Sorcerer Part 3. We done that already. Return of the Sorcerer. See, that's Return of the Sorcerer is Part 2 of the Sorcerer's Day. That's part of the whole saga. So it can't be a Part 3 because we've already went through all those steps all the way to completion, to the end. Appreciate the love, Popular Assassin. It ain't colder than the homeless Eskimo where I'm at. It's hotter than a... Whew. Man. Somebody put a post on Facebook the other day. They was talking about the heat in Houston. They say, man, we need the old sun back. They say this new son is taking his job too serious. I thought that was funny. They had a breakout of leprosy. Leprosy is still around? Man. Wow. Bubba Seeds, I want to know, could I buy some sound rights? Sound rights to who? Who sound rights? I'll sell you my catalog for $18 trillion. Thoughts on Behold a Pale Horse, author. Uh, he wrote he wrote a book that was at that time ahead of his time. He broke down a lot of things that we walked into. Look, man, if you in tune with scripture, man, you know, you can kind of see where things are going a lot of times. How much does it cost to borrow me for 25, 30? What do you mean borrow me? You better be more specific, Bubba Seeds. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, like for a gig. Where? That's a business inquiry. Let me give you my email. Let me give you my email address. Send that to my email. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's figure. You say for a gig? We'll see. Jared says, bro, today was such a good day. Hey, man, I'm glad to hear that, man. Today was a good day for us all because we sitting here talking about it. You need some beats and a gig and a show? Jared says he's leaving the U.S. Jovan, how many numbers does it take to borrow a million? How many numbers does it take to borrow a million? Is that a brain teaser? You know, Jovan, he like to come in and be all intellectual. He been learning new words and stuff, so he likes to throw big words and stuff in. If you wrote the song My Laughs on paper, I'd buy it. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs. Galveston County Jail. Is that 9 nutty cheek? I don't know what that said. You got 14 trillion. We can settle for 14 trillion. We can negotiate that. What I said, 18 trillion. If all you got is 14 trillion, okay, deal. Leprosy and malaria is going around. Hey man, plagues and pestilence. Hey man, look. Phantom Face says so hot he's sweating fish grease. You couldn't be in Houston with no AC, Animal. You could not be in Houston. You'd have to figure something out. This is dangerous heat. Dangerous heat. No, I'm not into cannabis, Glavi Mobby. I'm not, that's not my thing. Deeper Elevation said recently Doja Cat addressed her fans saying that she doesn't like her fans and don't know them at all. Did she say that? She said that? She said that she doesn't like her fans. Was that the exact quote? And doesn't know them at all? Well, you know, no artist just knows their fans. You know, you meet people in passing, you meet people at shows and meet and greets, and well, we don't know. I don't know if you're a serial killer in your spare time. I don't know if you rob banks on Tuesdays. I don't know. I can't say I know you, but I can say that as a fan base, I appreciate whoever my fan base consists of. I appreciate that. You know, I think that a lot of artists, and like I said, I didn't see the quote, so I'm not gonna reference Doja Cat like I saw the quote, but just in general, I think there are many artists out here who don't seem to make the connection between their fan base and their lifestyle. For some reason, they don't make that connection. They don't understand. You drive that car because those people bought your music and came to your concerts and bought your merch. You live in that house because those people came to your concert, bought your music, and bought your merch. You wearing all that jewelry because them people came to your concert, bought your merch, and bought your music. See, you living the way you live because of that. You able to do all the drugs that you like to do because your fan base paid for it. They wasn't trying to purchase drugs for you. They bought music. So a lot of artists who get up to a certain level, a certain echelon in the music industry, for some reason they start to develop a I guess almost like a resentment towards their fan base. It's like the fan base becomes a nuisance to the artist. It's like they getting on your nerves. So my theory always have been, it's like maybe they don't get the connection. Now, am I saying, hey man, that you should, as an artist, just invite all your fans to your house for dinner every week? Or no, I'm not saying that, because realistically, you just can't accommodate everybody, especially the bigger you are, the naturally the bigger your fan base is gonna be. So you can't accommodate 10 million people. You can't accommodate 5,000. You wouldn't be able to accommodate 500. If you had a small fan base, and man, with just 500 people love you, you wouldn't be able to accommodate that if you just said, well, hey man, I'm just going to invite them all over. No. But the understanding to have is to know that these are the people who sustain you, who have enabled your lifestyle, who giving you the ability to live like you live, all because you used your gift to bless them with music that they relate to and that they love. And when people want to give their appreciation back to you in a respectful way, then you gotta accept it. You should embrace that. Is it days where you don't feel like being bothered? Yeah. Is it days where you're tired? Is it days where you're in a rush? Yeah. But that can never be a reason or an excuse for you to not, at the very least, give a friendly acknowledgement. But you can't push through the crowd. Hey, watch out, man. Getting your bodyguard to slam people for no reason and all this different stuff, man. You have people who cross the line. I've spoken on this before. You got fan bases that cross the line. I mean, people in your fan base, they cross the line. That's just a reality. Some people like to do too much. They too overzealous. They come in and just grab on you, and they just too over the top. That's a different scenario. Then when that happens, you well within your rights and well justified in defending yourself and getting people off of you. Or if you got bodyguards, if they come through and bum rush the dude, like I saw this dude get bum rushed the other night, came on stage. I don't even know who the artist was, but boy, they took that dude out. Then the artist still helped him up and gave him a hug. The artist appreciated his fan base, but the bodyguard was like, I got a job to do. And I don't knock the bodyguard. Hey man, he did his job. You don't know what that dude coming up there to do. We live in a world where people want to run up on stage. Guy ran up on Dave Chappelle with a knife on the stage, and you don't know what people coming up there to do. So the bodyguard got a job to do. You find out later on he just got a little too happy, but he's cool. He just got a little too happy. Okay, well, he gonna be bruised up tomorrow. That boy got hit like a quarterback, blindside. But some people get so big that they reach a point where it's just like it's too much for them. It's overwhelming because now everywhere they go, even when people are saying, we love you, oh, we love you, I love your music, that overwhelms some people. They can't take it. The more they hear it, it just, they want to be normal again. But you got to know, basically, in that regard, you got to know what you signed up for. I don't believe that people's private business and that their whole life is open season for people to go in on them and attack them and disrespect them. No, I don't believe in that. But hey, man, you know who you are when you know who you were when you decided that you was gonna go head on and go to Walmart yourself. You didn't send the assistant this time, or when you decided you wanted to go sit down in a restaurant and eat by yourself. Man, you know the chances when you walk out that door, it's a chance that somebody's gonna know you, and they're gonna be excited to see you. I don't brag about stuff like that, man. I don't really hardly talk about it, but while we on the subject, hey man, it's not, man, it's hardly ever a day that I leave the house where somebody don't recognize me. And I'm not even big like that. It could be in my own city, it could be out of town, anywhere. But I mean, it happens. That's that comes with the territory. So I embrace it because I chose to come outside. So I'm not going to penalize you because you love my music and you saw you saw me coming out the gas station. I'm not going to act funny with you. I'm going to appreciate you, because people come up to me all the time and they reciting song lyrics. They'll put their phone to my ear and play my music like it's not even me. Look at this. Remember you said this? They just want a picture. It literally, man, I never was one of those people who let artists off the hook when they just act like they can't take 3 seconds. It literally takes 5 seconds to lean in for somebody to take a picture, man. They got their stuff together. If you come up on an artist that's willing to take a picture with you and all that, just as a fan, just make sure you got your stuff together. Make sure you got your phone set, it's ready. Don't be fumbling with it, and now he's standing there. You got the man standing there for 8 minutes, and this didn't come out right. I'm just saying, everybody ain't. Some people, they'll accommodate you, but to an extent. Just be ready. But you got to know what you signed up for, man. I mean, I know where my bread is buttered, bro. And it's not even really just all about that. It's just about the general respect that you should have for another human being, especially if that, like I say, if they coming at you with love and appreciation, because you don't know how your music affected them. You don't know, man. You might have saved that person's life through your music, man. See? Fans can be fickle here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but see, a lot of that goes on the artist too. Because if you don't keep your craft sharp, then the casual fan, they gone. They're not really your fans anyway. See, you have casual. When it comes to fans, you got two categories. You got the casuals who they just there because you got something hot going on right now. They like that single that you put out there. They but they not there. Then you have the core audience, the core fan base. Them your diehards. They with you regardless. See? So never get caught up with the casuals as an artist. You know, hey, y'all welcome. But I don't trust y'all. I don't trust the casuals. Now my core, you know who they are. Erica says in Mexico, they are upset that a girl went to perform there for the second time, and her response to the experience was that she did not enjoy the food or Mexico. Well, I'm going to say this. I don't think, see, some things are better left unsaid. I don't ever think that it's a good idea for artists to publicly, I won't say bash. It's definitely not a good deal to publicly bash or disrespect a culture, a city, you know, when you go there to perform. It's never a good idea to do that. But you also have to be very careful just in general critique of something, meaning that if she went to Mexico to perform and a reporter says, well, how did you enjoy the experience in Mexico? If she goes, nah, I wasn't feeling the food. Oh, don't say that. Find something that you did enjoy and speak on that. Well, oh man, first of all, the weather was beautiful. The people treated me great. You know, the show was wonderful, man. And just that whole vibe, the whole that. You ain't got to mention the food. You just brought a negative situation to yourself because you went to the worst part. You know, some things are just better left unsaid. And if the total experience was bad, then you got to find a way to express not that the total experience was bad, but just find something good to say out of it. Because what happens is there may be people in the area that say, yeah, man, you know, I live out here and the food sucks. So she right. But saying one thing can turn everybody against you. You know, you may not have meant anything by it, but they took it personal. It's like, oh, well, you ain't got to come back here no more. And now, as a business person, you just affected your own bottom line because if you said she coming back for the second time, so apparently she did good enough that first time to where they wanted her back. So you affecting your money now. You playing with your money. You got to be wise, you know. You ain't got to be fake. I ain't saying be fake. If I didn't like the food, I'm not going to say, oh, the food was just great, you know. No, but I'm not going to even mention the food. I may mention it in my private circles. When me and the homies talking, I'm like, oh, man, that food was trash. We ain't eating that no more. But see, but even that, we got to be careful with that because she didn't eat at every restaurant in Mexico. She may have went to one or two spots that she just wasn't feeling and didn't get a chance to go to any of the spots that she might have loved. You know, we do that all the time. Like somebody say, hey, man, I was in Houston last week, man. It was nothing going on. And somebody said, oh, man, you should have called me. I could have, where'd you go? We went to, oh, no, man, don't nobody go there. You should have went to see, it's people that just know the city. But you might have went online and things to do in Houston, and they sent you to some bull crap. See? Depends on what you like. You think Joe Vaughn says, I'm going to manipulate my sentences with overtly paradoxical, whatever that word is. Out of baffle. Yeah, see, hey, man. Hey, keep on, man. Keep going with your bad self. Learn as many words as you can. We should go to the dictionary every day and learn a new word. In 365 days, in a year's time, our vocabulary will be enhanced. That was a comment I saw that I wanted to comment on, but I lost it. I lost it. I had a love so sweet. Yeah, people be mad because they famous. Now, this is what you set out to be. You set up and you worked hard to get to this point, but a lot of people want one part of it and they want to dismiss the other part. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You can't take my money. You can't take all my money. But then when I just want a little, hey, I just want to take a picture. Can you sign this? I don't want to be bothered with you, but keep buying my music. I ain't into that. I don't like that. That bothers me. Keep making me rich, but don't say nothing to me when you see me in public. And if you do, I ain't gonna say nothing back. It's weird to me, man. B, you go. Much love to the homie 11th Hour Entertainment. Man, we got some stuff, man. That album we did in Canada and getting ready to do another one. Y'all don't understand. Man, I lost that. I saw a comment. I saw what the comment was. I just wanted to read it. KO, OG KO is in the building, man. Let's get another salute going, man. OG salute. Y'all know what to do. I ain't got to tell y'all what to do, man. Soul Worthy 713, man. That's KO. That's the OG KO. South Park Coalition since 1988. Some of y'all was still swimming in the testicle sack in 1988. Some of y'all's daddies might have been in the sack. Instinct Hip Hop. K-Rino, you have a level of fame and success I would look for as a rapper. Underground, controlling your own creativity, making enough money to live and being. Hey, man, that's success. You just listed the definition. You just wrote out the definition of success. The reality is everybody's not going to be this big, famous, internationally known, iconic. Everybody's not going to be that. Even if you strived or aspired to be that, that may not be your path. I found out what my path was. It took me a while, you know. I was chasing that at one point in my life, but it was like, you know what? That does not coincide with what my message is evolving into and what it eventually evolved into. So it's going to contradict. So I had to accept that. Like, dude, I'll never be that. And it wouldn't guarantee you I would have been it anyway, but, you know. Somebody asked me about the Cardi B situation. Now, Deeper Elevation makes a good point, too. It said, don't be weird when meeting your friends. See, it goes two ways now. The artist shouldn't be a butthole towards the fan base. But the fans y'all got to be cool, too. Just be cool. Don't be on no weird stuff, man. Don't be all over the top and, you know, walk up to somebody and your favorite artist and just lick him on his face or something. Don't do that. Don't do no weird. Just be, look, just be cool. That's the best way. You know, when you have a product and you want to use that product, on the product itself, it may say, for best results, use before this date. For best results, start from here. For best results with your favorite artist, just be cool. Hey, man, how you doing, man? It's a pleasure to meet you, man. I'm a big fan. And move on. You just lingering around and now some people are cooler than others. Like, your big brother, I'm cool. I'm good. I don't mind. If you want to stand next to your big brother, that's fine. You can stand next to me. Just don't try nothing crazy. You want to ask a few questions? That's fine. You want to chop it up? You want to tell me about your family? That's fine. I have no problem with that. Everybody ain't like me. I don't expect everybody to be like me. But even I have a weird radar that when you start getting weird, I'm going to detect it. Then I'm going to start I'm going to give you one of these. But all you got to do, the secret is to just be cool. That's the secret. Just be like you would be if you were just around your friends. Just be regular. Just be regular. Hey man, get a picture real quick. Yeah, come on. Lean in and get the picture. Hey man, thank you. All right, boom, bing, bing, boom. You good. Now you won't be on the news. All right, somebody asked me what I think about the Cardi B situation. And fortunately, what's up already, my brother? I saw that. I sometimes I don't see those little clips, but I caught that one. So Cardi B comes on the stage. She rapping. She's starting a show. She come on the stage, and some clown decides he wants to splash some water on her, right? So Cardi B took it to the hood and threw the mic at him. I my hope would be that the microphone hit its intended target. I hope that she hit the guy that threw the water because he deserved more than that. I saw the bodyguards jump in the crowd. I don't know what the end result was. I hope that the bodyguards, bodyguarded, did they bodyguarding, because you don't do that, man. And I watched the clip several times. I watched it 3 or 4 times because, the first time you just watch it, you don't know what's going to happen. And all of a sudden you see the water fling up there and you see it throw the mic. Okay, that's the first thing. It's chaotic. The next time you watch those clips, you start breaking it down. Like, okay, I'm watching it. Now, I'm not looking at Cardi B. Now I'm watching the hand with the cup. And he had the cup positioned to where it's like he knew how to throw, or he or she, I don't tell who hand, but whoever it was, they knew how to fling that water. They already had the cup in the air and just whoop, and the water hit flush. So the question always is like, what's the purpose of that? Forget how you feel about the artist, or because you got people that's so ignorant of, I don't like none of them mainstream. That's not the point. You came to her show. You was at home, you took a shower, you bought clothes, put on clothes, you burned gas, you drove to wherever she was and got up as close as you could to throw water on her. And what did you think was going to happen? What did you think you're going to throw the water on and she's going to go, oh, water, and keep on rapping? That's why I say people are weird. People that just throw it off. So those type of people, hey, man, if the bodyguards would have jumped in the crowd and just stomped whoever that was into a creamy substance, I wouldn't have had no problem with it. Because what do you get out of doing that? See, you can go viral for the wrong reasons. It's a good, what's the song? It's a right and the wrong way to love somebody. It's a right and the wrong way to love somebody. It's a right and the wrong way to go viral. You can go viral the wrong way. So now I didn't respect that. I don't respect it, especially if a dude did it. Some man throwing water on a female, and Hey man, Cardi threw that mic. I hope she hit the person who threw the water. That's what I hope. See, the people so messed up in the game to where if she threw that microphone at the person who threw the water, but say she hit the person next to him. Now the person who got hit next to that didn't throw the water, I'm suing Cardi B now. I wouldn't do that. If I was standing next to the cat that threw the water and she threw the mic and the mic accidentally hit me, I wouldn't try to sue. Well, man, she hit you. You can get some of that money. I'm like, nah, I ain't do that. Because she was trying to hit the person who threw that water on her. I don't condone that stuff, man. I don't like that, man. So Erica, the girl you were talking about, okay, so she's 16, right? So this goes back to a conversation that me and was that me and you, KO? Who was I having that conversation with about artists and athletes in media training? Might have been on my podcast, or I can't remember where I had that conversation somewhere. But at 16 years old, definitely some people need it at 35. But you have to have what's called media training. You have to be trained on what to say and how to say certain things in situations, because the media tries to bait you into answering the question the wrong way, and that can lead to your cancellation in this 2023 culture that we live in, where you just say the wrong thing, like I didn't like the food, canceled. You're food shaming our country. They find a plight for everything. Popular Assassin says, if you sit down at an expensive restaurant, how does K-Rino react to it? Hey, listen, you can't judge it off of me. I am different, bro. I'm different. I've had people come to the restaurant. I eat alone a lot. At least 2-3 times a week, I'm sitting in the restaurant by myself, right? I've had people come up to me, man, and just talking, and I'm like, hey, man, they stand. I'm like, man, just sit down. This one guy, I was at this place one time, and this guy walked up to me, and we started talking, and he sat down at the table I was sitting at. His wife and his child was at another table. He sat with me almost through he sat with me until I got through eating. He just left his wife and his baby. He's playing music and all kind of stuff. Because, you know, my mentality is that, hey man, I'm finna be in this restaurant 20, 25 minutes. It's not a big deal. I'm finna be here anyway. But I'm different because I do understand certain people, you know, certain artists, certain athletes, that's their time. That's their time. They're like, hey man, I'm eating, I'm with my family. You know, I understand that. I don't have an issue with that. You know, I still low key feel like it don't take but 2 seconds. Hey man, I love to take a picture with you, man. You know, we can lean in and get a picture with you, but you know, I'm eating with my family. You know, that's how I look at it. But I'm not mad if somebody says, well, man, this is my private time. I'm with my wife and my children, man. So I appreciate you, but this ain't the time. I'm cool with that. I'm just a little different. So people come speak to me all the time. I don't have a problem with it. Just don't be on no weird stuff. Just don't be on nothing else. That's all. That's my only thing. Don't be on nothing. If you cool, I'm cool. And I'm cool, and you're cool, and we're cool. We cool. Not a big deal. Just relax. Just relax. You don't have to be all just relax. Bubba C's politely. Yeah, just politely, man. Yeah. Just relax. Yeah, you know. Zawaji Muhammad is in the building. If you're cool, then I'm cool, and we're cool. That's Sussy Baka. When you start singing R&B, nah, man, I ain't a singer. KO in here, he's a singer. Hit him with one, KO. Type out some notes. I've never been to Minnesota. Or Boris. I've never been to Minnesota. I always wanted to go to Minnesota because Prince is my favorite artist. I always wanted to go visit Paisley Park. That's a museum. I wouldn't feel right going under these circumstances. I don't know if I would, if I wouldn't. That's right. Yeah, I sung on Try. I tried to sing on Try. Dustin says, I brought your 5-year-old son on stage. See, you brought my 5-year-old son on stage at a parking lot concert with you and Zero at Southside Smoke Shop. For real. Man, I missed them shows at the Southside Smoke Shop. How old is your son now? You say 10 years ago? Oh, so your son, so he's 15 now. How you doing? Does he remember that? Does he remember that day? Or was he too little to remember? Zero. He good? Does he remember that day? He remember? That's cool, man. Adam Anarchy says, I know what it's like to be on the streets with basically nothing, so I appreciate that kind. And see, that's all I say. See, I think that we make a lot of mistakes as artists, and sometimes big time celebrity, they make a big mistake because when they up, they treat people like they can never fall off. I'm always conscious of my blessing. So I never want to intentionally come off. There may have been times people may have misunderstood or they may have felt like I came off at a certain, it's never my intention, but I'm never in a thought where I feel like I'm better than somebody. You should be praising me. Nah, I don't never think like that. I don't think like that. Anything can happen. Y'all better go listen to my song called The Tables. Open topic tonight, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being with me on this late night. Here in the gated community. We got a gated community, man. Ain't that many of us. But it's a blessing. I'm thankful for y'all who are here. A lot going on that I can't remember. Y'all can order the new comic book with the new cover. Y'all can go right to this website I just put in the chat and get the alternate cover comic book. Limited edition. I think we just got like 50 that we're doing. So you better move fast. Like they say on the commercial, supplies are limited. Do you think you are the best lyrically since this is a competitive sport? Um, when you ask me, do I think personally, if I say, do I think I'm the best lyrically, then of course my ego and just I'm gonna say, yeah, I think I'm the best. I think I'm the best. But I would hope that any rapper you ask that's on that level. Some people are delusional now. But man, it's so many great lyricists out there, man. You can't definitively you are only expressing who your favorite is, you know. Now, the one thing I will say is that criteria, there should be a criteria, like there should be a list of things that qualify a rapper to be mentioned. So my theory on myself, not to be arrogant, not to be trying to brag, we talk about lyricism. I feel like I check all the boxes. I feel like I check all the boxes. I'm confident of that. I don't think there's nothing lyrically that you would say, well, he doesn't really do it. He doesn't really, you know, I check all the boxes. But it's not my place to just go around in interviews saying I'm the best and you know, we brag enough on the records. That's our moment. That's any lyricist moment to brag on, tell you how they feel about themselves, right? But at the end of the day, man, the people decide, and the people ain't gonna even agree. The people gonna list 50 different people. They're gonna be naming people we never heard of and say he's better than all of them. That guy's better. So it don't do us no good to have that argument, man. You just I'll try to be the best version of me. I'll try to be the best version of me. Hey man, I want to ask y'all a question real quick. So how many of y'all saw the reaction video I did to my own song the other day? And what did y'all think about it? Because I just did another one that I haven't uploaded yet. But I'm not going to keep doing these reactions if y'all not going to watch them. So it's 50. We got 50 copies of this comic book, man. This book with a different cover. And it might not be 50. I think a couple of people jumped on it the last time we was on. Anime rap star, are you making any new tracks? I'm working on a new album right now, Anime. It's called Audio Optics. It'll be out in September. So be ready. Would you like to be on the contact list when it's time to pre-order or when it's time for it to drop? That's my email. You or anybody else that would like to be on the contact list. I'm tired of arguing with y'all. I'm not arguing with y'all no more. If you want to be on the contact list and support the project, you can email me and I already got a few people that have already reached out. I'm not arguing with y'all no more. Would you ever collab with Sauce Walker or any TSF artist? Sauce Walker from my hood, bro. Of course I would collab with Sauce Walker. That's hood love. I'm going back to try to see if I don't miss nothing. Daniel says, is there any Australian artist you would like to work with? I know you did a joint with Damo. Hey man, I work with anybody, man. I've done several songs with Australian artists. I don't always remember off the top of my head, But I don't know of any like big name or popular ones where I could say rattle off the top of my head, well, yeah, I would do a song with this guy, that guy, you know, to be honest with you. Castro says, you have to take heed to how many people are tugging them this way, that way. And yeah, they're talking about celebrity. Yeah, of course. That's a factor too. I tell people that all the time when they do see a certain artist that's acting like that, check the backstory first now. Because what happens is the clip will just show an artist reacting. The clip will just show the artist slapping the guy, but they didn't show walking up through the crowd. The dude walked up and grabbed the artist, patted him on his butt or something like that, and then the dude turned around. They see, so you right, you know, that's why context is very important. Michael Frank says, have you ever worked with a producer named C-Mo out of H-Town? C-Mo, Corey-Mo? Or is it just C-Mo? I work with Corey-Mo. But C-Mo, if it's just C-Mo by itself, that don't jump out. But I've worked with a lot of people that I've never worked with. Because you know we live in the internet age to where you can just be rapping on somebody's song and you don't know who did the beat. And then I've been places before where people will say, yeah, man, that song we did, yeah, this is my homie Lou Wop, he did the beat. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that was a dope track, you know, like you just meeting them for the first time. So it's hard to say. All right, I'm going backwards. Hold on, let me catch back up. Let me catch back up. Jared said he's starting at FedEx on the 14th. El Malik Shabazz. The most powerful people in the world are not famous or on TV. Yet you could walk past them on the street and not know. Is that the place to? Yeah, man, hey. Be careful how you treat strangers. You may be entertaining angels. We don't know who's who. Sometimes the powerful people are the people behind the scenes powering the big people. See? September anime. That's when my new album drops. We're looking at September. I was talking to Murder One earlier before I jumped on, and we may do something together for an album release or something like that, because I think he got a project coming. Confidence curses the conquered. What does that mean? Frank says, if the reaction video for Wolf Noises hasn't come up yet, safe to say we've started your breaking the lines down. I reacted to Wolf Noises, man. Did y'all see it? Who saw it? Who saw it? I just did another reaction. Maybe I'll put it up when I get through doing this live tonight. Who knows? Who knows? Don Apion. KS says, don't forget the little people. There's no such thing as little people. The little people are the big people. Look, the little people are the important people. See, there's only a handful of big famous people in the world in whatever field. There are only a few famous politicians that we know. There are only a few famous athletes that we know. It may be 50 or 100, maybe 100 world-class famous athletes that you can just name in different sports. Who is that? Okay, that's LeBron James. Who is that? Oh, that's Steph Curry. Oh, that's Lionel Messi. That's whoever. You know these people. Oh, that's Tom Brady. You know, you may get 100 of them, 100 singers and rappers and rock and roll. That's not a lot of people. The people are that mass population. When you go to the concert, it's going to be 5 or 6 star performers coming on stage back to back. But it's going to be 80,000 regular people in the crowd. What is the concert without the crowd? It's rehearsal. It's a sound check. Howling Wolf is a beast on the mic. Well, Storm, Ice Cube been conscious. You got to go back and listen to old Ice Cube, unless you might be young and you might be just thinking about Ice Cube, the actor. Ice Cube, the rapper, Ice Cube been conscious. Go back and listen to America's Most Wanted, his solo album. Go back and listen to F the Police. The NWA, that's conscious. That's conscious rap. Go listen to Death Certificate and all those great projects. Ice Cube been on it. Ice Cube been rolling with the nation. And Mr. Farrakhan, Ice Cube know what it is. Trust me. Ice Cube ain't new to this. But if we only know Ice Cube as the actor and Ice Cube, the big three and all, if you just know him from that, and then you see him stepping out and going hard on the establishment, and you say, oh, he's starting to wake up. Ice Cube been on that. Michael Franks, what is the name of my comic book? Let me accommodate you. It's how much I care about y'all, man. Y'all made me slide over. This is the comic book, Michael. But when you order this limited edition, it's not going to have this same cover. We got an alternate cover that's only 50 copies of it coming out. So it'll be the same book when you go through it, but a different cover. So yeah. Yay. It's sold out on the website, Michelle. Dollar Bill, it's sold out. The 50 are gone. Or is that this version that's sold out? Mr. Farrakhan been speaking that truth, instinct, before we was born. So, who did the artwork? I'm going to zoom in and see if you can see it. You see that name right there? That's our brother from Africa. Dollar Bill can say his name really good. I can't. Olabode, that's his name. I'm not going to even play with the last name. Yeah. Dollar Bill said it should be the first product in the store after you hit the shop button. Michelle. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad the Christ said by 1974 that there are haters and to wake up. P.S. To remain woke is the striving. Are you asking that question? You put a question mark behind it. Yeah. Shop now. Okay. All right. So y'all saw the reaction I did? I just did a new one. I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it up. I'm gonna only keep doing them if y'all watching. I'm not gonna do reaction videos and they getting 200 or 300 views. I'm not gonna do that. If y'all don't watch them, I'm not gonna do them. Miss Lady Sample come flying in out of left field. What's going on this early Saturday morning? Early one Sunday morning. Michael Franks. I don't know how familiar you are with my music, but the title of this comic book is the title of one of my songs that's produced by Martial Arts Productions, who's in the chat right now under Martial Arts Experiment. And we just turned the song into a comic book. So if you go on YouTube and listen to the song, this the title, that'll basically tell you what the book is about. Or you can order the book and it'll tell you what the song is about. Whatever order you want to go in, that's fine with us. No, it's not African anime. It was just the animation was just done by an artist who lives in Africa. Who is Dr. Greer? Early one Sunday morning. Open topic, man. What's on y'all mind tonight? What's on y'all mind tonight, man? Strangest Thing says facts. Only 500 people in the NBA. Hip hop made more people rich and famous. Yeah, man. Hip hop saved the game for a whole lot of people because you don't have to have a high school diploma, a degree. You didn't have to go to some kind of school or get training. You just had to have a little talent, the right opportunity, the right situation. Same with the internet. The internet is the same way. It's like people have become rich being content creators, like young people. So, I mean, we can do anything we put our mind to, man. We just got to put our mind to it. You can make an entire verse that has a 3-syllable rhyme scheme, but imagine a 7-syllable for 6 minutes as an extended metaphor with a constraint. I mean, you can do that. I mean, that's if you want to do it. Sometimes all you want to do is the 3 or the 2 or the none. I write songs where I don't even do all that. I just want to get to the point of what I'm saying. I write songs that just straight to the point. Every song, I don't do it personally. I don't knock nobody to do, but I don't make every one of my songs where I just got to be on some multi-syllable every song, every you know. And I'm talking about, I made a song about the justice system, you know, because sometimes you want to keep it at a level where people can just take it in instantly without having to sift through all of the complexities. Every song is not, that's not for every song. As a writer, that's something you got to understand and learn. You have a special category to do that. So that's what an album is for. You're going to this song, that song, that song, that song. So you may have 2 or 3 where you display that. But I'm not going to make a song talking about the milkman, and then I'm just trying to be too far over people's heads. I can display that on other songs, but sometimes I just want to. That's all I need. You don't oversaturate when you don't have to. Now, if you do it and come out dope, yeah, that's cool. Breakfast was on the table. Well, there's no time to eat. She said to me, yeah, well, y'all can go get the comic book, man. Okay, well, I'm going to keep doing these reaction videos and see what y'all reaction is. They ran in Sunday school. Who was Stephen Greer? Y'all having a full-on conversation about Stephen Greer. What are your views about the politicians' issues going on right now? They don't know what they're talking about. Anybody who's following a politician right now, I guess I can't label every politician as being not worthy, because I don't know all of them. There may be some that really got their heart in the right place, but for the most part, it's foolish to follow a politician right now. In my opinion. That's my opinion. I got a couple songs with Razzcast. Storm me and Razzcast, that's my dude. Jimmy, on her in a Sunday school. They don't know what I'm singing, Jimmy. Not even Kennedy, Michelle. You talking about the new Kennedy or the old Kennedys? You talking about Robert Jr.? One thing about Robert Jr., Robert Jr. be on their head about them. Robert Jr. be on their head and be having receipts. Robert Kennedy Jr., they don't like him, boy. Robert Kennedy Jr., he has collaborated with members of the Nation of Islam on that whole topic as well, because the whole conversation about autism and the link between young black autistic children and some of the as factual proof to link those two together. Now, Robert be on their head. He be on their head. There's people in his own family went against him. I just read something recently where one of his family members didn't like that. We learned the holy story. That's usually how it works. See, the older you get, typically older people stop caring what people think about them. Older people stop holding their tongue. That's why your grandmother, she'll just say anything. Ooh, granny, ooh, you just, granddaddy will just cuss you out. Yes. Because they're at an age where they don't care what you think about them no more. They're going to tell you exactly what's on their mind. And then when they start to feel like, look, man, I'm 89, I'm 92, I'm 78, whatever old, even though that's not old. But if they feel like they have less years ahead of them than they have behind them, then yeah, you're right. They get real bold, and rightfully so. Some of them get bold to the point of how they felt they should have been when they was younger. Because when you done lived a long life, they're like, what you gonna do? I don't fear nothing that you can say. So that's a good point. Robert might just be like, pfft. But we should be like that while we young. Don't wait till you get old. But there's still a lot of old people that's scared, still scared to say, don't, baby, don't go down there talking to them. Y'all remember that song I did where I was talking like the grandma? Baby, don't go down there. There's still a lot of old people that still kind of had that old mindset, that old slave mindset where they still scary. You shouldn't talk to them folks like that. Boy, they gonna get you. You keep on. What you need a link to, Bubba? Comic book? It ain't a link. It's just me typing it in. There you go. Chris Parker, what do you think about Kevin Samuels, the Manosphere? Kevin Samuels said things that I agree with in the premise and principle. I didn't always agree with the manner that he said it. I didn't always agree with how he would kind of talk to a lot of the women sometimes, but he was speaking a hard truth on a lot of times. A lot of times what he would say was absolutely on point, but it would get lost in the way he said it. And that's why a lot of women had an issue with him, because they got more emotional about how he said it. And his focus was, forget how I said it. Am I telling the truth? But that was things that I would listen to him and I go, yeah, he on point. Yeah, that's real. There's other things I'll be like, so I mean, you're not gonna agree with everybody, but what I didn't like is when, when he passed, all of the women who did not like him, I didn't like them celebrating and making mockery of a man's death like that. That's not cool at all on no level. And I wouldn't care who would try to justify that. Well, that's what karma. He got his karma. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Miss Lady Sample says, from the candidates I've seen so far, Trump's my first pick. Who knows? You might get you might get Trump back. Who knows? Trump in the grease right now, but you can't never be really confident that these cats are in the grease if you're one of them people who want to see Trump get locked up. Because these cats they have these lawyers, they have these situations, they're gonna go through their little whatever. It'll settle out some kind of way. They'll, it would be hard for me to picture. I'll be shocked if Trump ended up getting some prison time or something like that. That's probably not gonna happen. So, but who knows, man? He could end up back in the White House. And I will quote what Mr. Farrakhan said before the first time he went in, when he was asked, about Trump being the president. And Mr. Farrakhan said he's going to take America to hell on a rocket ship. So was that talking about then? Or was it talking about another term coming in the future? But the fact of the matter is, none of those people, like, I don't even call him a politician. That's because he's not a politician. That's why I said none of those people like Trump or even Joe Biden, who's a career politician. Man, if we are still looking or hoping or expecting one of those kind of cats to save America, man, it ain't happened yet. And it's only getting worse. The deficit's getting worse. The the judicial system is getting worse. The whole structure of America, the economy, everything, the morality, everything is getting worse no matter who sits in that seat. So it's already shown and proven that there's no individual that's gonna sit in that seat that's gonna turn this thing at 180 and save this nation that is already predicted and prophesied to be destroyed by God himself. So we in Babylon. So while there is a chance that it can be saved, knowing the difference between possibility and probability is an important thing. It's possible, but is it probable? So those who worship Trump, and there are many, those who worship the Democratic side, whoever sits in the seat, and there are many, we are still under an illusion. We are under a delusional mindset that, like I said this on the last live, it's like these candidates that they just hand to us. We have no hand in the selection process. We don't do the selecting. We do the voting for that person who was selected for us. That's all we do. We wait to see who they're gonna put in front of us. Then we kind of check them out a little bit and start arguing over who's the best. Well, some of these people you didn't even know about, we find out more about the person after the fact. You start digging back in the history. Oh man, look, wow, he said this in 1983. Wow, I didn't know he felt like this. He was at a Klan rally in 1962. I didn't know that. Now he at a black church talking about vote for me. Phantom face, selected, not elected. Chris Parker says, being that we have no hand, Trump is the better option. Well, he was selected for you to feel that way. See, I grew up at a time where Donald Trump was a millionaire celebrity businessman. See, I grew up when Trump was tied into big time boxing matches in Atlantic City, and he was known for just being this sharp businessman. He wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, and you know he would appear on TV shows. And while Trump was the guy to be when you thought about money and being rich. Politics was never even a thought as it related to Donald Trump, much less the president, even all the way up until the point where his name started to emerge as being a possible candidate for the president. Somebody like me who grew up knowing him in a different way, I was like, this is a joke. Donald Trump for president? Because a lot of us knew what we knew and what we still know. So anybody that chooses to vote for Trump, well, that's your choice. That is you got to live with your choice. But you got to have, I would think, you ain't got to have, but it would make sense to me to have a valid list of reasoning why it would make sense for you to believe that this man is going to say he had a 4-year stretch. What changed? What he did successfully, what and most people won't agree with this that support him. The one thing he successfully did to me that's unequivocal, he divided this country further. It's already divided, but he brought the division into the open, where a lot of the racist white folks that was riding with him, they like chest out. Country divided. But you have to have a thought of why something makes sense to do. If you want the country to be saved, we got to look at the things that are being presented and ask ourselves the question, is this criteria, is this all these elements that lean towards this nation being saved? Or are these elements that lean more toward this nation being destroyed? That's right, Miss Lady. No politician is going to save us. At least not the ones that are presented to us. I gave the example last time. When you were little, well, when I was little, I don't know how y'all might have been just the kind of children that ran y'all households, spoiled little brats. But your mama cooked what she cooked, and she set the plate down in front of you, and you ate. You didn't have a choice in the matter. I don't want chicken tonight. Well, you ain't gonna eat. That's how politics is. They set the candidates in front of you. And then we start arguing over if Trump never ran for president, if he never entered into politics and it was somebody else that we're not even thinking about, we would be arguing over how great he is and how he's the one and he's the one, when you didn't even make that choice. Somebody made it for you. Just saying, man. But you got the right to vote for whoever you want to pick, whoever you want to pick. But what you also have to do, if you're wise, while you are in the political realm doing this, sifting through the political aspects of everything, you better go in the scriptures too and see what the books say. And the book is lining up. The book is lining up more than what the politicians are saying. You read the Revelations, you're like, whoa, this is actually happening right now. This is, people, oh man, the Bible is a fairy tale. Well, this is a hell of a fairy tale, but it's like The Simpsons. Simpsons did an episode where Trump was the president a long time ago. But you better see how it lines up with your book, because there are people who worship the politician more than they worship the God himself. That's kind of where we live in. I'm with Chris Parker. I ain't voting. For what? For who? And Hillary wasn't no different. It's like Joe Biden ain't no different. These dudes, man, it's a joke, man. This is a joke. This is a game. It's a game. And we playing it. It's crazy. People losing their job arguing about politics on the job or off the job. They put something on their Facebook page and they go on a rant, and somebody report it, track it down, find out. Next thing you know, this dude that lost his job. You big dummy. If you feel that way, however you feel, you better keep it to yourself if you got a livelihood. Shout out to the black dude that was fishing, and the Karen walked up on him and started trying to police him and question him why he was fishing. And he's like, man, I live over here, man. And he kept on her. She kept harassing him, and he filmed and recorded her. And got back to her job, and she got fired. What is the lesson that we learn, children? I bet I can type this up and y'all don't know exactly what it means. Y'all would know exactly what it means. I just thought about it in my head. What is the lesson that we learn? Bubba C said there's always a bigger fish. Some guy, there you go. Just mind your business. But when you feel like you just got to police the whole world and you run everything, you run everybody and own everybody, then that's what happens. Just leave folks alone. Because we live in a different world. Even those who have that superiority complex, we live in a different world. Because it's everything there's real sensitive out here now. So your racism will backfire on you. You gotta be careful. Your own racism will work against you because folks will start flooding your job. They'll start calling and emailing your company, and your company that you work for, they don't want that kind of heat on them. They don't want that kind of image and reputation coming on them. So now they're like, what's going on? Oh, we don't want to be associated with even the thought of some kind of racist. She works for us? Not no more. But in the words we used to use when we was little children, aha, that's what you get. Come on, man. Big Ock has entered the building. Mind your business, man. People be just minding their business. Just chilling somewhere being black. Here you come. Do you live over here? I mean, why are you over? Man, what make people do that? I mean, I know, but you know. Come on, man. Wow. All right, man. Let me see. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Let me shout y'all out. A lot of people lost their job because they wouldn't get punched in the arm. KS out there in Temple, Texas. Storm is in Pomona, California. Ill 179, London. This lady sample in northern Wisconsin. Bubba C's out there in Orange and Orange. Abel and Amarillo. We'll have the books back in stock in a couple of weeks, so we'll put it on the website. Michael Franks and Dallas Phantom Face out there in Columbus. Columbus Most Hated. Dan Santana's in Long Island, Strong Island. Yeah, man. AK-47s. Jimmy in Alabama. Big Ock from South Bronx. Hassan is in the UK. He says ethnic origin is Turk of Kashmir. Okay, rep it. Derek Smith in the building. Christos is in New Hampshire. In New Hampshire right now. Antigua, Caribbean. Yeah, it's hot out here too, man. Some guy is hot, man. Chris Park in Richmond, Virginia. James in Foxworth, Mississippi. Strangest thing. NYC. Anamanaki out there in Farmtown, Ontario. Miguel is in El Paso. 915 in the building. Dustin in Clear Lake. Is that Menomonee, Wisconsin? Yeah. Okay, above the law, sugar free. Shout out to the OGs. Massini Choice is in New Zealand. Okay, cocaine. Pomona, boy, Pomona got legends. Cephalopod is in Central Florida. Darkologist in Mongolia. Deep Elevation in Denver, Colorado. Man. Bubble Seas is across the what? The pond and at the pond of the pond. Yeah, RIP to KMG. Phantom, I said early on, I'm not asking for likes no more. We did get to over 100. I'm not asking for likes no more. And I'm not asking nobody to subscribe to my podcast no more. I'm not doing it no more. But we did get to 100 though. Yeah. All right, man. Walaikum salam, Don Sel. Herzegovina, Bosnia. I guess I'll write some raps, man. I appreciate the love. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Salute.